Welcome back to IGN Live from Gamescom in Germany. It's time to check in on The Witcher 3. Peter and Fabian are here to give us an update.
Hello.
Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure, as always.
What is Geralt, what's he getting up to today?
Geralt's going to be visiting, as we said previously, the underbelly of the game world. We have shown you Novigrad previously, it's been released, so now we are going to show you a more dastardly part of the game world. This is no man's land, and we are deep in the south. Whoa, it's really, really noisy out there. All right, so this is a region ravaged by war and famine with a pretty high probability to stumble upon danger. So we should always be on the lookout. And now we are exploring the environment using our Witcher senses. Geralt is a mutated monster slayer. He has access to these enhanced senses. And previously, our mission giver provided us with information that we'll be looking for a small childlike creature, and we're following his footprints.
What do we know about this creature?
All right, this is a small child-looking creature, that's all we know, and Geralt is looking for a certain someone, and this creature is supposed to know more about her, so we are going to his abode and trying to lure him out. Okay. So we'll see a small cutscene about
Johnny?
that.
Don't be afraid. I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her? Tell me everything from the start. Where did you see her? What was she doing? It's important to me. Why not? Lost your voice? Can I help you somehow? Want me to follow you? No choice, I guess.
Looking after information makes a lot of sense to follow him in this time of woe, so we'll do just that. So we'll explore more of No Man's Land, the swampy area. Of course, No Man's Land is a grand region with a lot of diversity, and the swamps are only a portion of it, but it's a really lush and rich environment with a lot of wildlife that we're about to see here.
Yeah, the environment is stunning, so there's a lot going on here. It's very dense.
We'll talk about what you can do with the environment. There are, of course, several elements that you can benefit from using during combat, much like that poisonous gas cloud you saw over there. All right. As you can see, combat has been really, really refined. It's really responsive and pretty gritty. Now we have dismemberment.
Yeah, I like that.
Spices up combat every once in a while. Right, so the creatures we killed, they're called drowners. Fans of the game might be familiar with drowners. We've seen them before. They are creatures, resurrected bodies that come back from the dead, and they pester and try to murder everyone traversing their territory. So we should always be on the lookout for these creatures whenever we are traveling in the dark and murky places of No Man's Land. We'll see another cutscene about the story evolving.
Something's on the ledge? Something that'll get you your voice back? Guess I gotta make this climb.
Alright, so Johnny apparently wants us to scale the mountains, so this time we'll be looking for spots that we can climb. And we like to emphasize that all key locations in the world can be accessed from many paths and many, many angles. And it's really worth it to explore because all these nooks and crannies yield a lot of cool stuff like free loot, of course. Everybody's looking out for that. You can acquire new quests. You can meet new characters. It's really fun stuff to do, of course. And the game region is really, really huge. There's a lot of places to discover. So we're getting closer to the mountaintop and we can see that it's riddled by harpies. So we should put our crossbow at the ready. It's the latest addition to Geralt's arsenal. because we of course have a lot of distance to cover, and we want to cover it sometimes with a lot of offensive power. So crossbow comes in handy.
Sure.
So now we will find these harpies. This will use a lot of magic. We call them Witcher signs. And there are 5 types of them available to us. And you can do two variations of each. You will see that we have a fire spray at our disposal, a powerful air blast, a lot of cool things with different characteristics. Alright, so we killed the harpies. They are much like crows, but only slightly bigger and slightly more annoying. They like to take shiny objects from their prey. So it's really worth it to check out their nest. We'll probably find what we came for. And yeah, we can take a minute to appreciate the view. The game world is pretty huge. That tree over there is pretty far. It's like 30 to 40 meters tall, like a 10-story building. And Novigrad, the city we mentioned earlier, is 14 times further away to the distance. So it's incredibly big. And now we're going to get back to Johnny. We got what we came for, and as you can see, we're taking a different path because we really like to emphasize there is absolutely no linearity between quest points. You can always disengage and do other things, partake in activities that the open world offers. So let's give him what we came for.
Yeah.
Whiskey! Slither! Ringworm! Rubbish! Bumblebee! Flabbergasted! Ha! The sound of it!
Done celebrating?
My favorite words! Life without savoring the sound of surreptitious shenanigans is like licking snails through a clock. Thank you for this, noble whoever you are. Long be your life.
Hang on a minute. I helped you, now you help me. I'm looking for a young, ashen-haired woman. See anyone like that?
Did I ever? Remember it as if it were yesterday. Soon as I woke, I went to empty my bowels. My favourite part of the day. Defecating to the sunrise. Downright glorious. Suddenly, heard a bang. So loud it couldn't have been me. And that lass appeared. Out of nowhere. Young, ashen-haired. Just like you said. Wounded and panting to boot. She raced off towards the children's hut. Quick as if the crones were after her. I yelled some unpleasantries. She disturbed my morn. Sadly, I'd lost my voice, so I don't think she heard me.
Maybe whoever lives in those huts will know something.
Oh, that old hag don't speak to strangers, and you're a stranger.
Will she talk to you?
I have spoken to her, got my ways. So be it. You helped me, and I'm no bore. Come with me.
Roles in the full game, of course. All right, so he's got his voice back, and we always like to tell the audience when we're presenting that we'll let them decide whether that's a good thing or not. Most importantly, we got more information about the ashen-haired girl that we are looking for in the storyline, so we'll follow him once again to wherever he's taking us. And you can get a good look around the swamps. You can spot a nice big beast in the distance. Like, these are the creatures that we can hunt for. It's just a sneak peek of all the adventures that are available to us.
How far into the game would you say this is?
I wouldn't want to say. I don't want to give you any specific idea about the amounts of contents. Like, this is part of a rich storyline, of course. And we are, Geralt is trying to talk to the ladies of the woods. And getting to them, getting through to them is pretty tricky. So this is an old lady that works as basically a receptionist for the ladies of the wood, and she's a moody old lady, so it takes special effort to get through to her. So Johnny's doing his best to let us talk to her.
You shouldn't have called. It's not good for you.
The woman I asked about earlier.
Forgive me, Gran, but this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, she's not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Jenny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen voice. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him. Come with me.
Gained access to the ladies of the wood and we get a chance to talk to them. They are a very, very powerful presence here in this environment. They basically rule over the nearby communities. So it's going to be really cool and interesting when we get to know what kind of people they are. Actually, this is their hut. I really dig this place. I think guys building it did a really good job establishing a good mood. And I absolutely love that painting in the back.
Who are the ladies of the wood?
Sorry?
Who are the ladies of the wood?
They are the ladies of the wood. But there's a lot more to come than that. So right now, the old lady is kind of channeling the ladies of the wood, at least what they represent right now. And she's going to call her, summon them so they can talk to Geralt. So Geralt can ask them questions. They're like witches in the swamps. And turns out she's speaking with her voice. I mean their voice.
Ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Somehow she has the spiritual connection to another being through this tapestry, depicting something really beautiful and nice looking.
Perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
Hard times upon this white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil reigns stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Down Warren. It feeds on hatred and disdain. Destroy the beast, and we will be grateful. Tell you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
I want us to do something for them first.
Exactly, much like in real grim fairy tales, before a witch will help you, she will, or in this case, they will need you to do them a favor first. So this kind of game story rooted in folklore thing is happening all over the game world. This place is none other than that, but this is not something we just took from common fairy tales or Slavic mythology. We like to be inspired by realistic things, of course. So we take something we like and we twist it and make it our own. And this is exactly what's happening right here, right now.
Oh, your mistress, right. On my way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger.
Alright, so the ladies of the wood, as they like to call themselves, have instructed their servant to give Geralt a dagger. A ritual dagger. And it's going to be of great relevance later in the story. And they're giving us details about what we need to do for them in order to gain access to more information about the ashen-haired girl. There's a lot of mysteriousness and mystery about the whole thing. All right, and unfortunately, then that concludes our game.
But I want to see more.
Of course you do.
They want to see more.
Of course. I'm sorry, guys. Next February, or maybe we'll drop some more information about how the story evolves later on. If you would like to know more, you can come by to Gamescom and check out our excellent presentations.
If it's convenient for you to come to Gamescom,
exactly. If you can,
stop by.
And there you will be able to see more of the ladies of the wood. Maybe we will see something more than the tapestry.
Sure. Tell me more about the Witcher sense. We just saw a brief glimpse of it there. We were able to use it to track footsteps.
Exactly.
Right. So what else can we do with Witcher sense?
Right. So the Witcher senses let Geralt observe audible and visible clues in the wilderness that would be invisible or inaudible to the naked eye or ear in that case. And it opens up an additional layer of exploring the open world. So it is involved with many things, many features, many activities that you can do in the game. It's of course important with quests, and sometimes with monster hunting, of course. So monster hunting is a big part of the game. You get to hunt for legendary beasts, and there are many ways to stumble upon them. Of course, if you explore the wilderness, you can just walk into them like a big ugly beast, and you can fight him to the death, and that's it. But sometimes it's not that easy because they like to hide. So you will need to look for their tracks and marks in the wilderness, like whatever, footprints, scents, other sorts of tracks that you can discover and follow them. Or you can ask around the local communities for things like have there been any mysterious disappearances of livestock, people, precious items, whatever, and then you can hunt for them. I mean, you can gain information about the monsters, and you can go out in the wilderness and track down where they are. So that's where you use the Witcher senses. And of course we try to interpret this as something accessible to players. So we will indicate things that you need to discover by things that rhyme well with the environment, yet are easy to observe for the players. So much like those small red footprints that we were looking for. They were tied in with the quest, and it's easy to track them down if you use the Witcher senses at the right time.
I see. Fabian, I've heard the monsters' powers and abilities will change with the day and night cycle, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you explain how that works?
He's always the one to explain, but
Okay.
I'm just here to watch because I heard that the IGN guys will always ask these tricky questions, reveal all the secrets.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, there's a reason we picked that part of the demo. I mean, you've seen Johnny losing his voice,
right?
So that's basically what's going to happen to all of us, during Gamescom. I mean, if you that noise here, that's insane.
Very loud around here.
Fando, so he's the one to answer. And I'll interfere. All of a sudden, if you're really close to getting that secret, I'll just drag him out of the picture.
We'll see. Okay, we'll see.
He's my spirit animal that I like to take with me on every interview.
He has that ritual dagger waiting behind him.
I got a little button where I can actually chase him.
So
tell me about the monster ability.
Exactly. So the time of day is a very, very important part of the game. Of course, it can affect many, many things. Quest availability, all sorts of behaviors of NPCs maybe, and most importantly beasts. Like the time of day can make some beasts stronger, some creatures weaker. It might affect the health and agility of, for example, vampires. All these things are rooted in popular folklore. So you will encounter things, attributes, and effects that make sense, right? So werewolves, for example, are much stronger during a full moon. So that's how the time of day will affect their strength. So if it's night and if it's a full moon, they're going to be super strong. So either you want to pick a different time of day, or you want to prepare with some sort of concoction to counterbalance that benefit that they are building on, building their battle strategy on. So yeah, that's how it works.
How long does the day and night cycle run in the game?
You can fast forward at any time. You have the meditation screen, which allows you to fast forward time, so you have a full control. And of course, time passes during your real exploration. So over time, of course, it won't take you 24 hours to pass an actual day. It's happening much faster, but it still takes a longer while. So meditation serves a purpose.
And what about sea combat? I heard that's in the game.
Sea combat.
Is that okay? Is that okay to talk about?
All right. All I'm going to say is that we are going to have some hostile interaction when you're on a boat, but I'm afraid I can't tell you more than that. We are considering a lot of ideas, and we're wrapping up how this is going to work, but unfortunately I cannot tell you more in detail about that. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a cool part of the game.
Okay. All right, bonus question. What's your favorite RPG of all time that you didn't make?
Fallout 1.
Which one?
Fallout 1.
Fallout 1, the very first one.
Exactly.
The OG Fallout.
I absolutely love that game.
Good choice. Do you like the more recent ones, Fallout 3 and New Vegas?
Very much, very much. Completed all of them, and I like them very much.
That too. Well, I'm very excited for Witcher 3. I liked Witcher 2 a lot. Fantastic game. I know that the IGN audience is super, super excited for Witcher 3. They want to hear, they can't get enough information about it, so it's really good. Peter, Fabian, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for shouting about the game with me. The game is worth shouting for. Let's say that. Have a great show. Stay tuned, everybody. We have lots more to come from IGN Live at Gamescom, brought to you by Dead Island 2 right after these messages.